Welcome dear viewers to Dante Computer Solutions. Today we are going to do exercise 3 of the Microsoft Access database. Our question says that open a database program and create a new database. Save the database as task 3 in the next exam folder. So we create the following tables in the database that is created in A. So we are going to create a database and we name that database as task 3. So I'll simply go to my file or to my folder, then I right click, I choose new, then I click Microsoft Access database. Then now I type the name of that particular database which is task 3. So I just type task 3 and I click enter to save, and I click enter again to open that particular database. After that I can just click on close, then I can click enable content. After that we are now going to create the 3 tables provided: the table for the department, the HR data, and the personal data. So we have the 3 tables here. So we are going to start with the first one. You can see that we have the field name, we have the data type, we have the size, and we have the specification, which is the primary key, and maybe any other given specification we will be able to choose and to use it. So we are first going to type the field names and provide data type for each, then we will be able to provide the size and follow the given instructions. So I'll simply go back to the Microsoft Access database, then I click on create, then we choose table design. You can realize that we have the field name and we have the data type. So we are going to type that in that information, which is str depth code, which is department code. Then we also type the second one. So that is it. You can see that I have been able to write the 2 field names, the department code and the department name. So under the department code, the data type is text, which we have already applied. Then we have the first one, which has size 4, and the second one has size 50, and also the first one has the primary key. Therefore you click down here under the field size, then you write 4, then you also right click and you apply the primary key. After that you click on the second one, you go to the field size and you can write size 50. So the first one has size 4 and it also has the primary key, and the second one has the field size, which is 50. So after writing that, you just close and save. Do you want to save the changes? You click yes, and then you write the name which is provided for that particular table, which is table department. Then you just press OK. So we are done with the first table. You click again create, you go to the second table. On the second table you are going to use the following data to fill that particular table. So, and we will also follow the given data types for each particular field name. So we are going to write them. Make sure that you don't space. If there is no space, kindly do not space. Just write exactly as it is. So we are done. So the first one has size 4. We click on the field size and write 4. Then it also has a primary key. You right click and make it the primary key. The second field name, which is in hours, the data type should be number. Therefore we click on number, and the specification is integer. So we click down under the field size, we click the black arrow, then we choose integer. After that we have the next one, the currency pay rate, and the data type for this, since it is money, it should be currency. And remember that we said whenever you use the currency, you're clicking down on the format, that you may be able to choose the appropriate format that you like to use on those particular data or information. Therefore, for our case, we are going to use the euro, and we can use 2 decimal places. Then after that, we have the string department. The data type used is string, but when you check on our data types here, we don't have a data type which is string. Therefore, we just use text. Therefore, click text, and you don't change the size because we don't have the string. We have used the text. Then we have the memo comment. The data type is memo. So after that, you just right click on the table 1, then you click save. Then you can be able to write the table name, which is HR data. Then you just press OK. So remember that we said when you apply the currency, it has the tendency of not changing the format. Therefore, you make sure that you come down again under the format, still on the currency, and you change it to euro. For our case, we are going to use the euro. Then you can just close to save, and you press yes. So we are done with the second table. Therefore, we'll proceed to the third table, which is the personal data. We are going to proceed to the next table, which is the personal data. Therefore, I click on create, then I click on the table design. Then we apply those details. So we are going to key in the information as it appears. So I'm done. Therefore, I'm going to apply the primary key, which is the first one. I just right click and click the primary key. Then we also apply the size, still on the string employment ID. Click on the size, and it has size 4. Then the second one is text, the other one is text. Then we have the date. Remember that we send any field name which has date. We usually use a data type which is date and time. Then the last one, they have used string, and we have seen that we don't have the string. Therefore, we just use the text. Then after that, we close and save. So we close, then you say yes. Then we write the table name, which is table personal data. So database is very easy. It is very easy once you get the concept. So you press OK, and you can realize that we already now have the 3 tables: the department, the HR data, and the personal data. So after that, we'll proceed to the next question, which says create a relationship between the tables. Create a relationship between the tables, and then you key in the following data into their respective tables. We create a relationship between the tables, and we key in the following data into the respective tables. Therefore, we click on the database tools, we click on the relationship, then we will be able to link these different tables together under the relationship. Therefore, you just click add, then we close, and we link the similar fields from different tables. Therefore, you trunk the string employment ID from the HR data table to the personal data table. So after linking them together, you can close and save. You say yes, and we have been able to create the relationship between those specific tables. So after that, we are now going to key in the following data into their respective tables, and we are going to begin with the first table, which is the personal data. Therefore, we open the program, then now we double click the personal data, and you can see that it has opened. Therefore, we are going to key in those particular information. which is provided for each specific table. So I'm filling in the information provided for each specific table so that we may be able to do the provided questions. So I'm filling in the information so that we may be able to do the questions provided for each specific table. We are filling the data for each specific table. So the good thing is database, once you save and close, once you key in the information and close your work, that particular work is saved automatically. It is saved automatically. So for the string address, we can double click to space to give enough space. So you just place your cursor between the two field names, then you double click and it spaces automatically. We can as well double click this to space. So you can space that too. Then now we can close to save. We say yes. So when you open the personal data, you'll be able to see that we have filled in that specific information. So after the first table, we go to the second table, which is department. So I open the department. Then now we fill those specific information into that specific table. So I double click the department table, then I'll be able to key in that data so that we may be able to do the questions together. Remember, we were setting the field size, meaning that the letters on that specific field should not exceed the field size that we've provided when we were creating our tables. So you make sure that the values that you enter, they do not exceed the field size that you've provided. So you make sure that you use the appropriate data which is provided. After this, we have seen that you just double click to make sure that you space to have enough space to type your information. Then you can close to save. Click yes. After that, we now fill the last table, which is the HR data. So we will open that, then we'll be able to key in that specific information. So we will key in that data very fast. So for the currency pay rate, you just type 720 and the euro applies automatically together with the 2 decimal places, because when we are creating the tables we are able to format the currency to have the euro and to have 2 decimal places. So you just type the values and the dollar sign as well as the decimal places will apply automatically. So you just key in, the rest will appear automatically. So we are typing in this particular information for each specific table. So we are almost finishing filling the tables for each specific table. So I'm done. Therefore after that we're saying that you can space a little bit, you can drag the rows and as well as the columns, that we may be able to have enough space for each particular information. So that is it. So after that I just close, then I click save. So after that we'll be able to do the next question, which says we create a respective forms to the tables to display the information as split, showing the table and the form together in one screen. Then we use the split forms. So we save the forms as department, the personal data and the HR data respectively to print out later. So we are requesting to use the split forms so that we may be able to show the table and the form together in one screen. Therefore we can begin with the first one. You can click the department, then you go to create. After that you can be able to click on more forms, and we are requesting to use the split form. Therefore you click split form, whereby you can see that we have the form and the table. So we have the form and the table separately but in one particular form. So that is what we call the split form, because it splits the table and the form for each particular data. Therefore you can close, then you click save. So the first one is department, so you just write department. You press OK. After that you can click the second one, which is the HR data. You go to create, we click on more forms, then you click split form. So since this is HR data, we will close and save it as HR data. Say yes, then we write HR data and we press OK. So that is it. After that we click the third table, which is the personal data. We can go to create, we click on the more forms, then we use the split form. After that we close to save. We call this personal data, then you press OK. So after that we are done creating the split forms for the 3 tables. Therefore remember we used this, which is the split form. Therefore after that we go to the last question, which says that you create a report to display all the patients who have bought drugs, showing the employee name, the employee ID, the department, salary and comment. Then we save the report as employee report. So we create a report to display all patients who have bought drugs, showing the employee name, employee ID, department, salary and comment. Then we save it as employee report. Therefore, you can click on the personal data table, but don't open. You just click it, then you go to create. After that, we are going to use the report wizard. So you click on the report wizard. We are requesting to create a report to display the employee name. Therefore, you click the employee name. After that, they also want to see the employee ID. We want to see the department, then salary and comment. And when you check on this table, we don't have salary and comment. Therefore, we can change the table here. You click on that arrow, then maybe you can click the HR data table. So the salary is the field named currency pay rate. Therefore, you click it. After that, you can click on the comment. So the selected fields are the employee name, the employee ID, department, salary, then comment. After that, you can click on next. You can click on next. Then you click next again. Next. Next. Then you can click here. Then we type the report name, which is employee report. So you can just type employee report. After writing the field name or the title of that particular report, you can now click on finish, and you can see that we have our report, which is showing the data for the employee name, employee ID, the department, the salary and the comment. And that is it. So we are done with our exercise 3 of the Microsoft Excel, and I really wish to thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe, like and comment, and also share this video with your friends, and also let them know that they can watch more videos, more educative videos on Dan Tech Computer Solutions. Thanks so much for being our member. Thank you.